Set now to wrap up a busy week of football. Happy to have you with us. And, folks, we are underway on Monday Night Primetime. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And when I watch him play, all I think about is the word improvement. Every season in the league, he finds a way to get better and has become just as dynamic with his arm as he has with his legs. 41 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions in 2024. His big goal now, getting his team to a Super Bowl. Plenty of success during the regular season. Now they want to win at playoff time.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Baltimore, first down. First and 10 at the 30.
CD, always more eyes on these night games, and they started it off nicely there on that run.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Don't think for a second these players don't know and understand that. They want to impress their peers across the league. They also want to win the ball game. That's the way to get things going.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he's got room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now a 2nd and 6. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down.
Jackson now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
Is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
In motion goes the tight end. Play action. It's Jackson. Pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Here's Jackson. There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Ravens put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
Tyler Luke now for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Led his team to one of the best regular seasons in the NFL last season, but really elevated his play during the postseason, and once again was a monster in the Super Bowl. He's led his team to at least 11 wins in each of the last 3 seasons. He didn't expect this year to be any different.
Play action. Here's Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Gaudin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Hurts sets up to throw it. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. Only able to gain a couple there. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
And it's 3rd down.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 39. Needed 13. They got 14 on 3rd down. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want
Hurts fumbles it, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Sheds off the tackle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
First and 10.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
A first down carry for Henry. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Byron Young, the one there defensively. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They set up the screen for Henry. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Well, now hang on here because Saquon Barkley is in some discomfort, so we're going to have a pause here for an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Hurts to throw. This short throw caught by Gaudin. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Out now is the punter, Brandin. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
18-yard line.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Inside handoff, Henry. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now it's Jackson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They go play action with Hurts. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's brought down. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Philadelphia.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick 1st down.
Brown the motion man right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Barkley. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Hurts. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. A gain of 5. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Throwing is Hurts. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On 4th down, punt coming from Brandin And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
At their own 1-yard
The
line.
Ravens offense back out there. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
And the defense is frothing at the mouth with a chance to get points themselves. If they tackle a runner in the end zone, safety. And if there's a holding call in the end zone, that's also a safety as well. So either way you decide to go on offense, you've got to be careful.
They begin with Henry. And he'll get this up to right around the 8-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave him some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off with that run.
Henry again on second down. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense, because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. You have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Now he's loose at the 40. He's to the 20. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 93 yards. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson. Really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy is simply sensational.
On his loop for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
And it's still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Back to throw now on first down. This is Smith with the ground. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And 22 more yards there and another first down.
22 yards. First down, Eagles.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
A run on first down with Shipley. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. That is a big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. He'll look to throw towards the end zone for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Offense is all over, continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
A 53-yard attempt.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Eagles, nothing.
So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 3. Flowers going to go in motion right. Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he's going to get this down to the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
That's the 45-yard line.
Now Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 7. To throw is Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Flowers. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has another first down as they get the ball down to the Eagles' 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's Henry. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. In motion left, Flowers. Now it's Jackson. Pass complete to his receiver, Bateman. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone.
And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter.
Second and goal at the 15-yard line.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. They'll throw now on the final play. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Halftime here on
All right,
Monday
Brandin,
Night
thanks
Primetime.
much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando Studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandin Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. A very one-sided first half, 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. Nifty move. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already, they need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This short throw caught by Gaudin. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it's second down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Complete. Smith has it. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
And Devontae going to pick up the Eagles' first down as he'll take this down inside the 45.
And an Eagle first down.
Back to throw again. This short throw caught by Gaudin. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw again. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his tight end, Gaudin. That's complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 2nd and a couple. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
They'll run here with Dillon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Dillon, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And it's 17-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run. All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead. It's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
They'll start out here with the option left. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Henry out of the pistol. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
They need 2. Here's third down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. They end up getting stumped twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Adafe Owe so quick, and he gets to him there behind the line.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that's good for a gain of 6. And they're going to have a third down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll set up to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This short throw caught by Gaudin. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. This short throw caught by Gaudin. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Hurts to throw. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 14. A very solid gain of 27.
And an Eagle first down.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that first down run.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Looking to throw on second down. Hurts. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And the Baltimore first down. 1st and 10.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Off the option, here's Henry. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
It's running, and he's brought down after a very nice game. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got him on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Ravens touchdown. Henry, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the fourth quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Luke now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. And now hang on here. Looks like we have an injured player. Yeah, Mark Andrews is in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Hurts. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Nandi Matabike able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
The offense on third down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Hurts going to keep it running left. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one, and that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
In motion, the tight end. They're going on fourth down with Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And out across midfield down to the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Throwing is Hurts. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Going right back to Dotson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 28. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's second down at 7. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Dillon. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead him to 4th down. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Jalen Hurts, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know, you
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Ravens offense and Derrick Henry set to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Henry up the middle. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Off the option, here's Henry. And he has the Ravens first down, and it would appear that that's going to be the way to do it. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. See if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.